My fellow Nigerians, as your future president, today I want to totally condemn the stance of the government of the People's Republic of China regarding the recent designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern by the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, on account of the Christian genocide that has been going on in our country for years. At a press briefing on November 4, the spokesperson of China's foreign ministry, Mao Ning, said, and I quote, "As a comprehensive strategic partner of Nigeria, China firmly supports the Nigerian government in leading its people to a development path that fits Nigeria's national realities. We oppose any country's interference in other countries' internal affairs under the pretext of religion and human rights. We oppose the wanton threat of sanctions and use of force." End of quote. Later, on November 6, the Chinese ambassador to Nigeria, Yu Dunhai, posted a similar statement related to his meeting with Nuhu Ribadu, that's Bola Tinubu's national security advisor, adding that, and I quote, "China is willing to continue supporting Nigeria in combating terrorism and maintaining domestic stability." End of quote. Now, interestingly, that same Nuhu Ribadu is on tape in 2023 pleading with US government officials to assist Nigeria get rid of Boko Haram, kidnapping, and banditry, and literally appealing that that has to happen so that life can return to normal in Nigeria. And President Trump's potential intervention is meant to do just that. Now, by accusing America of interference in Nigeria, China is actually interfering in Nigeria's internal matters and also in America's foreign policy. So, as it were, China's foreign interference accusation just doesn't make sense, particularly given the serious genocidal crimes at stake. As someone who has lived in China for many years and traveled all over China, I know very well that China takes the security of its people, and rightly so, very, very seriously. In China, every significant public space is under round-the-clock surveillance. Surely, China must know that the security of Nigerians, including Nigerian Christians in northern Nigeria, is equally very, very important. Is China aware of Nigerian media reports in April 2023 that some Chinese funded terrorist groups to gain access to mineral reserves in Nigeria? And in June 2025, that the Nigerian military caught a Chinese national allegedly providing drone support for Boko Haram and ISWAP attacks on Nigerian troops? Former US small-town mayor Mike Arnold, who is now a major advocate for action against Nigeria's Christian genocide, on November 5 said, and I quote, "China doesn't want the United States to get involved in stopping the Christian genocide and bringing justice to the land. Do you wonder why? Chinese nationals and firms are directly complicit in fueling Nigeria's blood mineral pipeline. EFCC, that's the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, seizures in 2023-2025 alone caught trucks loaded with illicit lithium, tin, gold, copper, worth hundreds of millions of dollars, operated by unlicensed Chinese entities in Zamfara, Kwara, Nasarawa, and Plateau states. These same genocide zones are Chinese miners, Chinese miners paying rent to terrorist groups for access, as confirmed by SBM Intelligence and The Times." End of quote. Now, indeed, at a Senate session about a year ago, Edo State Senator Adams Oshiomhole, while accusing retired Nigerian military officers and other influential Nigerians of overseeing illegal mining operations worth billions of US dollars, said they use Chinese miners to carry out the mining operations. So it really feels like China has some kind of vested interest in maintaining the status quo, and that's totally unacceptable. If China doesn't want to help stop the Christian genocide in Nigeria by using their influence as leverage to put pressure on Bola Tinubu and his administration, they shouldn't try to make things difficult for those attempting to do so. Because by endorsing the stance of the federal government, they are endorsing the denial of the genocide and making it less likely that they, the federal government, will act with the decisiveness that is necessary to kill the Islamist terrorists and Fulani jihadists and hold their sponsors to account. Also, by appealing to sovereignty concerns, China has clearly failed to grasp the enormity of the issue at stake. We're talking about a Christian genocide that has been going on for very many years. China must surely know that sovereignty is also about responsibility, not just about legality. Sovereignty isn't about borders, flags, and constituted governments alone. It is absolutely also about a country's capacity and readiness to protect its citizens and ensure order within its territory. Indeed, it is worth repeating that the primary responsibility of every government isn't the protection of its sovereignty, but the protection of all of its people. So when a national government consistently fails in that task and is in fact as seen as an aider or abettor of such killings, as is the case of the Nigerian Christian genocide, then that national government absolutely loses its sovereignty argument by moral and humanitarian default. Indeed, the responsibility to protect R2P principle adopted by the United Nations in 2005 was specifically designed for such situations so that the international community could intervene and stop the genocidal killings and terrorist attacks. So yes, President Donald Trump is absolutely right to act, and China can either help or get the hell out of the way. In October, just last month, a Chinese investment partner of mine visited Nigeria to carry out on-site assessments needed to facilitate significant amounts of investment in different sectors. Upon arrival, he received a text message from the Chinese embassy in Abuja warning him against unnecessary travel to northern Nigeria on account of insecurity. Since the Chinese government is clearly aware of the insecurity in northern Nigeria, they also surely know that the Christian genocide happening there is a big part of the equation. So their November 4 official foreign ministry statement opposing President Trump's proposed action to bring an end to the Christian genocide there is indeed counterproductive, even for them. In a survey about China's influence in the world conducted between August and September 2022 by YouGov and the Cambridge Globalism Project, Nigeria and Kenya were the only two countries in the world where more than 70% of those surveyed said China had a positive influence. So China needs to tread carefully on their comments regarding the Nigerian Christian genocide and President Trump's proposed action. By standing with the Nigerian government, whose incompetence and even complicity has allowed the genocide to fester, instead of the Christians being killed and displaced, China risks further damaging its reputation globally, especially regarding religious freedom. The fact alone that a very big fan of China, like me, hasn't hesitated to call them out on this major blunder should serve as a warning to them. May God bless United States President Donald Trump for trying to end the Christian genocide in Nigeria. May God bless the United States of America, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.